Shiba Inu changed the game. Get ready for this. SHIB News. Shiba Inu is a meme coin that was ideally created to capitalize on the hype around Dogecoin in 2020. However, besides its status as one of the best meme coins in the market, Shiba Inu has seen its use value over time. For instance, the Shiba Inu team recently introduced a Layer 2 solution that will help scale, making it even better for everyday payments. Shiba Inu also recently introduced a metaverse, giving it a footing in a fast-growing market. In this video, we will talk about Shiba Inu changed the game. Get ready for this. SHIB News. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up, share, and subscribe to the channel to see our latest content. Without further ado, let's begin the video. Recent price fluctuations in Bitcoin and the overall crypto market have been due to poor macroeconomic headwinds and recent bankruptcies in the crypto world. Even though other cryptocurrencies are falling, Shiba Inu's trading value has soared up to 60%. Shiba Inu is an ERC20 token that entered the market in August 2020. While it was only created to ride on the growing popularity of Dogecoin then, Shiba Inu became one of the best performing cryptocurrencies ever created, going up by over 48 million% by the end of 2021. The trading volume, which refers to the total amount transferred between buyers and sellers, might suggest investor positioning, although not often. According to CoinMarketCap data, 27,747,491,040,661 SHIB, or 27 trillion tokens worth $332,414,104, were swapped in the last 24 hours. SHIB was up 0.53% since the last day at $0.000012. Satoshi Kusama shared a recent meeting between the SHIB development team and Unification in the tweet. After that, the meeting signaled that the Shibarium update was entering its final stages. Although Satoshi did reiterate that the update is slated to arrive soon, it follows previous statements of similar rhetoric. Earlier this week, U-Today revealed that the SHIB community released Discord messages that Kusama stated he was putting a nice bow on it, potentially referencing Shibarium. Another major SHIB developer, Tropheus, also stated a similar message in the same report, stating that following upgrades to the Shiba Inu website, they will execute docs then beta. Conversely, the conversations about Shibarium's beta release in 2023 have the entire community filled with optimism. Subsequently, the second largest meme coin on the market rose over 3% following Shibarium speculation. Correspondingly, it became one of the 10 most purchased coins by large Ethereum wallet owners, according to U-Today. Shiba Inu is said to take the fashion industry by storm as reports emerged that an Italian fashion designer would make it a part of his latest collection. Shiba Inu has already entered mainstream business activities, with multiple crypto payment processors accepting SHIB, such as Welly's SHIB-themed fast food restaurant, according to a Binance report. This time, the meme coin is making its way into the fashion industry with the Shiba Inu-themed clothing collection. The Italian fashion designer John Richmond took to Twitter earlier to reveal his later collection. Richmond tweeted a street-style design with the word Shiba on the shirts and pants, while the varsity jacket had the designer's initials JR written on them. Richmond said that the picture was a sneak peek of the collection, according to Binance. Additionally, the designer had previously posted a picture of a hoodie with the hashtags #ShibaFashion among a flurry of other tags. Richmond is also a prominent designer, with his clothing worn by the likes of legendary rapper Snoop Dogg. Interestingly, the account has a cartoonized Shiba Inu dog breed as its profile picture, not the official logo of Shiba Inu. While Shiba Inu and John Richmond announced their partnership in 2022, with the designer showcasing his SHIB clothing at fashion events such as the Milan Fashion Week, the designer is yet to reveal a launch date for the SHIB-themed clothing collection. Shiba Inu's price performance is largely driven by hype, and the more exposure the coin gets, the higher the chances that the meme coin could rally. The report said this is where partnerships like the one with John Richmond become important. Richmond's designs help to put the cryptocurrency in front of an audience that could likely become crypto investors, the report added. Days after news broke out of Amazon's rumored unveiling of its Web3 initiative, reports say that what the project will look like when it materializes remains a mystery. According to a report by CoinDesk, Amazon's project may involve gaming, an NFT marketplace, or something related to them. The report further noted that the regulatory complexity and uncertainty of doing this would kill the project before it begins, or Amazon has the size and scale to make the market on this and bring the Web3 economy into the mainstream. Additionally, the report said that major blue-chip corporations generally avoided Web3 due to legal uncertainties. Sure, there have been efforts by payment companies like Visa and MasterCard to integrate stablecoins into their networks. Many crypto nodes are hosted on Amazon's cloud service AWS, and big tech and TradeFi firms are regular investors in the crypto economy, the report said. However, they are still stakeholders in the Web3 economy, embracing the ethos of decentralized ownership, regulatory uncertainty, and a lack of clarity interferences. The report added further that Amazon's efforts could be transformational if they succeed, which will mean addressing the regulatory issues. The crypto token is still on a course to have gained more than 43% this month, which would be its best month since October 2021, when it rocketed a stunning 830% higher. Since Shiba Inu's break above its 200-day simple moving average earlier this month, the first sustained break above this level since 2021, the bulls have been getting louder. However, they should be aware that earlier this month, SHIB saw a significant bearish technical development. SHIB confirmed a downtrend linking the August, October 22, and January 2023 highs, which suggests the cryptocurrency's near-term bias could be to the downside. If this week's macro events weigh on crypto, then SHIB traders should watch how the crypto token reacts to the $0.000011 support area. According to CryptoNews.com analyst John Izich, a break above the pattern would open the door to a test of the October and August peaks at the $0.000015 and $0.000018 level respectively. Izich highlights data from Into the Block showing that there are more SHIB tokens with unrealized profit than those experiencing unrealized losses, and at the break-even point combined. According to Izich, Into the Block's IO map model shows that investors would be willing to back a Shiba Inu price rally as opposed to selling the token, especially with the launch of the Shibarium protocol on the horizon. For reference, the IO map model at the end of last week showed that 69.95% of the SHIB token supply is in the money, while 27.15% was out of the money, and about 3.2% at the break-even point. In the longer term, and based on expectations that Shiba Inu's developers will continue to boost the coin's utility via the expansion of the Shiba Inu Web3 ecosystem, analysts at Business2 Community are bullish on SHIB in 2023. The asset will be a critical part of the Shibaverse and shibaswap, and these use cases could help drive it to $0.000040. They argue a roughly 250% rally from current levels. With Shiba Inu's developers still working on their metaverse and decentralized exchange, and Shiba Inu's community expecting to grow even further, we estimate that the SHIB price could cross $0.0001 by the end of 2025. They added. Shiba Inu lead developer Satoshi Kusama recently sent a cryptic update on the upcoming launch of Shibarium, the highly anticipated Layer 2 network. In a recent Telegram message, Kusama urges users to keep popcorn on the ready. The message has sparked speculation among the Shiba Inu community that the launch of Shibarium could be taking place soon. As reported by You Today, the chief architect of Shiba Inu also recently issued another mysterious statement regarding the impending release of Shibarium, mentioning a heart-shaped box in his Twitter status message. The speculation about the launch date being on Valentine's Day has added more thrill to the launch, and the community eagerly anticipates seeing what Kusama and his team have prepared for them. As the launch date approaches, the Shiba Inu community is waiting for further announcements from the development squad. Shibarium is an exciting development for the SHIB community. It could significantly impact the adoption and use of the token due to the Layer 2 solution's ability to provide faster and cheaper transactions. That's a wrap for today.
The market today has been shaken up again. Price crashed down, but Palantir quickly recovered. Analysts are dropping their signals. China's version of AI is making waves. Donald Trump just dropped a massive bombshell. Almost $1 trillion gone in just a day. Wall Street, are you serious? What is happening? And how will all of these make sense? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir just reminded everyone why it's a big deal, bouncing back fast from a price crash earlier today. But here's the catch. It's still not where it used to be. A little while ago, Palantir was sitting pretty at around $80. And now it's hanging in the $75 range. Now, here's the wild part. Palantir's been on an insane winning streak for the past 7 weeks. Green candles week after week, absolutely crushing it. But today, things are looking shaky. A tweet from a popular analyst put it perfectly. Palantir has traded green for 7 consecutive months, its longest winning streak in history. Will it get 8? Today isn't helping. So the big question is, can Palantir pull off an 8th straight win? It's definitely not looking easy right now. But here's the thing. Twitter's buzzing with people calling this a bubble just waiting to pop. One person even summed it up perfectly, saying, Palantir, a bubble looking for a pin. Ouch. The skepticism doesn't stop there. Someone pointed out the company's 50x NTM EVR, basically saying the valuation is sky high and probably unsustainable. They added that this won't end well. On top of that, traders are keeping a close eye on Palantir's lower highs and how far it's stretched beyond the 40-week moving average. The stock is starting to look overcooked, and that could mean trouble if things don't cool off or stabilize soon. With Palantir sitting below its recent highs and this streak hanging in the balance, all of these red flags are feeding the idea that the hype might be running ahead of reality. However, Palantir's strong fundamentals came through, helping it rebound slightly almost immediately. In fact, Wall Street analysts are giving huge bullish signals for Palantir right now. Dan Ives from Wedbush Securities recently shared his excitement about Palantir's future and even raised his 12-month target price to $90 per share, a 14% upside from its current price of around $79. Ives is particularly bullish on Palantir's AI strategy and believes the company could become the next Oracle, a massive software company worth $515 billion. If that's the case, it suggests a whopping 185% upside from Palantir's current market cap of $180 billion. Now, while it's tempting to take Ives's recommendation to heart, it's important to remember that investors shouldn't buy just because he says so. But with his track record, he's ranked among the top 15% of analysts for profit-making price targets. It's clear that Ives has confidence in Palantir's potential. But still, it makes you wonder, why is all of this happening? What's really going on with Palantir? Well, here's the twist. It's not just Palantir feeling the heat right now. Other AI stocks have been taking a beating too. And the reason? As some of you might remember from our last video, China just dropped its own AI model called DeepSeek, and the ripple effects have been massive. The moment DeepSeek was announced, AI stocks in the US started plunging. We're talking almost $1 trillion wiped out of the market, all because of the panic this news created. Here's what's got the tech world so spooked. Last month, the developers of DeepSeek claimed it's on par with models like OpenAI's ChatGPT, a bold statement on its own. But it's not just the competition that's rattling investors. It's the cost. According to reports, DeepSeek was trained for just only $6 million. Compare that to OpenAI, which reportedly spent $5 billion last year alone. Even though the exact figure for DeepSeek is being questioned by some in the industry, anything close to that number is game-changing. Think about it. If a near-industry-leading AI can be built without breaking the bank, it flips everything on its head. Companies spending billions suddenly have to question whether their expensive approach is even necessary. And this uncertainty is hitting the AI market hard. For Palantir, a leader in the AI space, this disruption raises questions about future competition and costs. While the company's fundamentals are strong enough to weather the storm for now, it's clear that the entire AI sector is facing a major shakeup, and nobody knows exactly how it'll play out. And here's the kicker. Even former President Donald Trump weighed in on DeepSeek's launch, calling it a wake-up call for US AI companies. This all stems from the massive sell-off in global tech shares after DeepSeek hit the scene, wiping out nearly $1 trillion from US stock markets. Nvidia alone took a staggering hit, losing around $600 billion in market value, the biggest single loss in US market history. It's wild. DeepSeek's claim to fame? Last week, they launched a free AI assistant that uses way less data and costs a fraction of what competitors spend. And just days after it dropped, it overtook ChatGPT in Apple's App Store downloads. That's insane momentum. Trump, in his usual style, said the launch could actually be a good thing, urging US companies to step up their game. He pointed out that if China can figure out a cheaper, faster way to build AI, American companies can, and should, do the same. He even framed it as an opportunity for the US to lead with cost-effective innovation. But it's not just the competition spooking investors. DeepSeek's launch came with drama too. Cyber attacks disrupted their user registrations, and the market's been in full panic mode since. Safe haven assets like government bonds and currencies are up, and banks are rethinking their risk strategies, pulling back on tech exposure. For Palantir, all of this adds another layer of pressure. With the AI sector in chaos and volatility shaking up the market, it's a tough environment to navigate. The company's fundamentals are solid, but the question is, how will it adapt to this new wave of cost-efficient competitors? Now here's the interesting part. While other giants took a beating, Palantir seems to be weathering the storm surprisingly well. In fact, it's not even feeling the heat the same way. CNBC touched on this earlier today, and it kind of puts everything into perspective. While Nvidia tumbled a massive 15%, CNBC had this to say: Alex Karp of Palantir must be laughing today. He's been saying forever that LLMs are the commodity. It's what you build on top of that. And honestly, Karp's point is exactly why Palantir stands out. He's been saying for ages that the real value isn't in the AI models themselves. It's in what you can do with them. Palantir's entire strategy revolves around applications of AI, like solving real-world problems, making decisions smarter, and giving businesses actual tools to operate more efficiently. So while companies heavily tied to AI hardware or base models are scrambling to deal with the fallout from DeepSeek, Palantir's focus on practical, high-level solutions is paying off. It's like they're playing a completely different game, and this moment is proving why their approach might just be the smarter long-term bet. It's still early to say how all of this will play out, but one thing's clear. Palantir is staying in its lane and holding steady, even while the rest of the sector is getting shaken up. That's a flex in itself. Here's another twist. What DeepSeek is hyping up right now? Palantir was already ahead of the curve months ago. A tweet from a sharp analyst summed it up. Palantir did it again. DeepSeek makes it clear something that Palantir's management has been saying for months. AI models are set to become commodities. The real value is in the application and workflow layer, helping organizations orchestrate KLLMS to deliver output. Ontology's security ensures LLMs only see what they're allowed to see. The value isn't in the models. It's in the intersection of your business logic, ethics, and LLMs. Alex Karp has been hammering this point home for ages. Back in April, he said, AI models are like hydrocarbons in the ground. Without processing, like our ontology and foundry, they're worthless to your business. And he doubled down in September. All the value in the market is going to ontology and chips. It's the ontology that refines the LLMs and aligns them with your enterprise's logic. What's wild is how accurate Palantir's vision has been. With AI models evolving and costs dropping fast, the industry is finally realizing what Palantir's been saying all along. The real game changer is how you integrate and apply those models. It's about workflows, security, and turning raw AI into something that delivers results. So while DeepSeek might be shaking up the idea of how AI gets built, it's also reinforcing Palantir's core message. The gold mine isn't in the models, it's in how you use them. And with Palantir leading the charge in this space, you've got to wonder, can they really see the future? And here's the ironic part. DeepSeek's big splash could actually end up helping Palantir in the long run. How? Because it's making the world realize just how important it is to have the right tools to manage and apply AI effectively. And guess who's already a master at that? Palantir. With all this chaos and attention on AI, Palantir's unique position, strong fundamentals, and deep connections to the government are setting it up for an even brighter future. And the timing couldn't be better. Donald Trump just announced he's ready to sign an executive order to kick off the development of an Iron Dome missile defense system for America. A massive project that could align perfectly with Palantir's expertise in defense tech and AI-driven solutions. So while the market might be shaky right now, everything seems to be pointing toward Palantir coming out stronger on the other side. Between their vision, their tools, and their partnerships, it feels like this is just the beginning of something even bigger for them. Looking ahead, one thing's crystal clear. Palantir's tech, especially its ontologies, will continue to be a game changer in the long run. As one analyst pointed out in a tweet, while AI tools might eventually become commoditized, ontologies, the specific frameworks that organize and structure knowledge, will stay unique, indispensable, and resistant to commoditization. That's a huge deal. While the AI models themselves might become more affordable and accessible over time, the real value lies in how you organize and apply that data in the context of real-world problems. That's where Palantir's ontologies come in. They aren't just about crunching data. They're about structuring it in a way that's tailor-made for specific industries, businesses, and even governments. This gives Palantir a huge advantage. As AI continues to evolve, companies are going to need solutions that not only handle data, but also make sense of it within their unique frameworks. And that's exactly where Palantir's strength lies. While others might be racing to build cheaper, faster AI models, Palantir is doubling down on making sure its tech is essential and one of a kind. This puts the company in a strong position for the future, especially as AI continues to mature and companies start looking for more specialized solutions. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.